Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, April 4th, 2021. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com and also my Facebook page under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. If you are on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share if you will. And for those of you coming back, thank you so much for your support, for your wonderful comments. I appreciate you all very, very much. Happy Easter. And for those of you also celebrating the last day of Passover, happy Passover. This is the most holiest day of the most holiest week. And I love this day. I have to actually say I think I'm in the Easter spirit. It's more than just decorating eggs, Easter egg hunts, and tons of chocolate. I've always seen this whole 40 days and this whole week of a time of reflection, of getting ready for a complete blank slate, a new start. I've always seen Easter as a second New Year's Eve, really. The start of a new year, a new time. Spring is here. The flowers are blooming. What was dead is now alive again. And Good Friday symbolizes a day of what must have been loneliness, along with the agony of that day. And how many of us have felt that loneliness, that feeling of abandonment? We're all alone in the world. Nobody is there for us. I know I have. And then it passes, and we realize we have a group of people who care about us and are there to support us. I'm excited about this new beginning. I'm excited about the potential, the possibility of new weather, beautiful flowers, growth. I look upon this time as I said, a blank slate, that a canvas that I can draw on. And I redirect, I reorganize. I'm decluttering. I'm allowing more to arrive, greater opportunities to join me. Will you join me in that? Will you think about, with this new time, this new beginning, what you most would like? And perhaps what you most would like is peace, serenity, health, love, and prosperity. I don't know if you're like me. Perhaps you are. It's all right to ask for prosperity. It's all right to desire it. I don't know if I particularly was raised this way. Perhaps it was through my religious upbringing that I was taught that if you're holy, living a good life, on your way to heaven, that you should be very happy with a very simple life, not wanting to be wealthy, not wanting to have a lot of possessions, always being there of service to others, being perfect, never sinning, quote, sinning. I've always had very high bar for myself, which inevitably when you have a high bar for yourself, you're going to struggle. Not to say that people have not accomplished it. Olympic athletes accomplish it. Professional athletes accomplish it. Maybe perhaps not every day, but they do overall. Some who are perfectionists in their professional lives have accomplished it. And in their personal lives as well. Not everyone, not all, but I do know of those who have very prosperous lives financially and also incredibly take care of themselves and have very organized, centered ways of living their days. They get up in the morning before I do, perhaps even 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. They meditate, they eat well, they pray, they exercise. They understand that when you live a very structured life, they do, by the way, give themselves vacations, but they also live a very structured life, and they know that by doing that, and I don't mean structured in a very, I mean, they make sure to make time to live healthfully and to achieve what they want to achieve. They organize themselves. And they know that it's most important to take care of their body and their mind and their spirit. They know by doing that they manifest the ideal life that they're living. And I always strive towards that. To live my ideal life. Do you live your ideal life? Do you try? Do you wish to? I think all of us, most of the time, wish to. I feel that every day I probably make the intention. Get up a little earlier the next day. Make sure to go for a walk. Make sure to eat healthy. Make sure to do a pay it forward every day. Do I always get it done? No. But I wake up every day with the intention of a start over. Today is a start over. What do you most want your life to look like? Is there a paint job that you can have done? Is there a project you've been putting off in other ways for a long time? Do you also want to begin a more healthy diet? Do you want to start taking walks every day? Today is your blank slate. It's your white, large canvas, and you could put anything on it you wish to. And then the rest of the year is the accomplishment of this day. You will be painting your tomorrow today. Is it spending more time with friends? Is it telling them you love them? Where have you not been pleased with yourself? Never be too harsh. But today is the day to start that new beginning. Just like the flowers that are blooming, the trees that are blooming, everything is coming back. And you can come back as well. Is there someone that you'd like to call? Or email or text? If you must. Then do it. Do it. Is there someone you need to forgive? It's so hard to forgive. It's hardest for us to forgive ourselves. And most of the time we really don't need to. But if our happiness is being blocked by a lack of forgiveness, it's so important to do. We must do it. I often forgive myself for letting myself down, for making choices that didn't represent my highest good or my highest self. I forgive myself for not being the person I most want to be sometimes. And what I mean by that is I have an expectation that I will call people more, that I will be there, that I will be more generous, I will be more kind. I was raised in the Catholic religion, and I loved it. I would practice the Mass in my bedroom when I was 6 years old. I would read the readings, I'd do the homily and perform the Holy Supper. I would do all of that. I wanted so much to be a priest. A Roman Catholic priest. That seed is within me. That core is there. No matter what I am told about my inability to do that, and I have asked, a very holy Monsignor spent a long time one day explaining to me over and over and over again one line, not really explaining because there was no explanation except it is just a matter of faith why you cannot be a priest. It is just a matter of faith. And I kept pushing it, and the same line kept coming out. But he had tremendous patience. He sat and he let me sit there, and he didn't push me out. Because it's never made sense to me as to why I cannot. So as I was saying, the core of me, the natural part of me, because we are drawn to what we're supposed to do as a life purpose. We are born with the natural gifts. So if you are drawn to something such as anything you want to do, any gift you have, if you're drawn to learn an instrument, you are supposed to. If it pulls us, we are meant to do it. We are supposed to do it. So it's very uncomfortable for a younger Lisa to hear, no, you can't do that. Because it was a natural part of me, as it is today. I still naturally want to do the Mass. I still naturally want to serve others. And when I don't, when I'm not available at 1 o'clock in the morning, it actually bothers me. Even though on a logical note, why it's very much, well, I'm a life coach. I have business hours. I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm a healer. I have business hours. But that core of me feels that I should be available 24/7. I don't allow myself to be, but it bothers me because naturally I am the priest that can be woken up in the middle of the night. I am supposed to be there to serve. So how I do it is I do try to do extra. I will look at my schedule for people when it's booked up and try if there's an emergency, because inherently I am that priest. And I just have to give extra. I have to always be a servant. And when I'm not, I let myself down because I'm a good priest. So why do I share this with you? I love today because it's a new beginning where I get to note who I want to be. And I spent 40 days thinking about who I want to be. What's it going to look like on April 4th? And who I am determined to be is a person who is ever giving, tirelessly, and who is more ministerial, make up my own words, is more ministerial than I've ever been. The minister, the priest, it's asking to come out. It's asking to have freedom. It's asking to serve. So I must honor it. What is your soul asking you to do? Is it asking you to find your true life purpose? You know it, by the way, already. So many of my clients say this to me. I ask them, if you could get up in the morning and you had complete freedom, you had all the money in the world, all the freedom, it didn't matter if you had degrees, didn't matter your age, you could do anything you wanted with your day, anything, but it had to be a life purpose. It had to be something, not just sitting on a beach with your feet up, but you had to do something. What would it be? And they can't answer. A lot of people cannot give that answer. But they know it because it's been there as a natural part of you since the moment you were born. As I told you, I did masses in my room as a child. I pretended I was a priest. I pretended I was a teacher. It was a natural part of me. What's the natural part of you? You know it. It's often a whisper. But what do you wish you could do? But you don't because you think, oh, I'll never earn money at it, or I don't have the degree, or I'm too old, or some other reason. If you know something and you have a reason as to why you're not doing it, that's it. And then you do it in some way, even if it's like. I cannot be today in this world a Roman Catholic priest. Today. But I can do like. And I have done like at times. I've officiated weddings. I've prayed for people. I've sent healing to people. I've served. What are you called to do? What is your Easter calling? For those of you celebrating Passover, you celebrate freedom. What do you want to do with your freedom? What would you love for your life to look like? Today is the day. And you start with baby steps if you need to, or you leap. The one thing about heaven, it'll always help us. It never leaves us alone, even when it seems it. When Jesus was on the cross, he had angels and other people in spirit who loved him, along with people on earth who loved him. He was not alone, even though he felt so alone. When you feel your loneliest, you are the most surrounded. You have the greatest company. They're always there when you need them, and they always provide. But they require that you take one step. I remember I was having dinner once with a family, and they were a family of faith. But when it came to saying grace, the mother of the family said, something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing, that it didn't really want to say grace because they provide the food on the table. It's their hard work. And that is somewhat true. They've grown in faith, by the way, and I think they would probably understand today that it's a team job. You take a step, heaven takes 20. You take another step, heaven takes 20. If you want a better job, you take the step towards looking for the better job. You go to the interview. You do your part. Heaven provides the connections, the good vibrations, the whisper in the ear of the hirer, the way for you to be able to get to work. Can you hear my stomach? Hope not. Just went off a little bit there. I only had coffee this morning. Heaven will always provide the way, the how. You just show good faith. Heaven will always provide the way and the how. You just have to show faith. And you show faith by taking a step forward and believing it can be yours. Now, it's not always easy, but it's simple. I've noticed even this week, heaven with me. I need a solution to something large. And I got it. I still need a little bit more help, but I have faith I will receive it. Because I'm taken care of. And you are taken care of as well. You always have been, and you always will be, even in your darkest moments. Jesus never gave up his faith, even when it was tested, even when he felt abandoned, even when he was in pain. And his faith was rewarded. He rose again. Your faith will always be rewarded. You just have to not give up and keep it strong, even if it doesn't look like it can happen or it can work out. It will if you don't give up. Remember that you are incredibly loved and supported. Even when tested, have the faith of knowing that. Get through those storms. Get through those tests. Ask for help here on earth, and ask for help from those in heaven. And then be ready to receive, for when you ask, it is yours to receive. Do not say no to it. And begin to live your ideal, amazing, wonderful life. Happiness, joy, health, love. A life of forgiveness, of virtues, of fun, of camaraderie, of love. Start today. It's a new day. It's truly a second beginning to a new year. Thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful holy day. I hope you are gathering with friends safely and will enjoy this day. I appreciate you all. Please be sure to check out my website at lisahop.com. And if you ever have any questions about my services, I will always be honest with you and lead you in the right direction. Just email me at serendityharper@verizon.net. Thank you. Many blessings today and always. A very happy Sunday to you.